Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to do the analysis of one of your favorite stocks, CDSL. Before we begin, if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe it right now and you can consider joining my YouTube community where we discuss daily market analysis and live analysis of different stocks. You can also follow me on different social media handles as well. Let's begin. So CDSL was founded in 1999. It was promoted by BSE and later BSE disinvested and leading banks took over the stake in this company. Why was CDSL formed? Because as a company, it was trying to provide convenient services, dependable and secured services in terms of depository as well as transactions of different securities in the market. It provides services to different market participants and market intermediaries like the stock exchanges, the clearing corporations, the depository participants, issuers, and investors. Now, what is a depository? Depository is a facilitator for holding of securities as well as a facilitator to transact the different securities. So, what does a depository do? A depository is a company which allows us the facility of holding our securities in electronic form as well as it facilitates the transactions of different securities in a convenient and a secured form and in a very easy format. It is the first depository in India to cross 3 crores accounts. Now, why is that a depository required at all? Because earlier, all these transactions were done physically in paper form and it was very cumbersome. So, the depositories make investors like us independent and we are not dependent on different institutions for our transactions. We can transact directly among ourselves when there is a depository providing electronic services. It becomes convenient for us. All the transactions become secured as there are no chances of any fraud, unlike it was happening earlier in physical format, and the ease of doing business has become very prominent. Now let's understand who are the management managing this company. The chairperson of this company is Mr. B.V. Chaubal, who has done Masters of Science from IIT Mumbai. He's the ex-deputy managing director of SBI and he's a certified associate of Indian Institute of Bankers. He has worked for more than 38 years in SBI in various capacities. So you can see how well experienced the chairperson is. The managing director and CEO is Mr. Nehal Vora. He has done Masters of Management Studies in Finance from NMIMS Mumbai. He began his career with SEBI in 1996 and he has more than 20 years of experience. He has worked as a chief regulatory officer with BSE for more than 10 years and he has worked with DSP Merrill Lynch for 3 years. He has received several awards and one of those awards is Net App Innovation Award is 2019. He's a guest speaker in various international forums. So you can see the managing director and CEO is also very experienced and efficient. Now let's understand few milestones this company has achieved. In 1999, they commenced the business. In 2002 to 2004, they launched their services of Easy and Easiest. These services are for electronically transferring different securities. 2012, Mr. UK Sinha, SEBI chairman, launched CDHL Ventures KRA, which is KYC registration agency, which is one of the subsidiary of CDSL, which is India's first and the largest KYC registration agency. In 2017, CDSL became the first listed depository in the entire Asia Pacific region, not just in India. In 2020, recently they inaugurated their first and the only depository as a branch of CDSL in IFSC Gift City in Gujarat. Now let's talk about some corporate governance issues. In the past, there were some minor issues with CDSL. In 2019, there was a delay in appointing the managing director, chairman, and few public interest directors by CDSL. SEBI fined CDSL in the past for allowing to open some fictitious demat accounts during some IPO allotments. So these were not something very major, but still there were some points which I wanted to bring to your notice. Now let's talk about the subsidiaries of CDSL. There are 3 subsidiaries. The first one is CDSL Ventures Limited. CDSL Ventures Limited is the first and the largest KYC registration agency in India. It has more than 2.58 crore fully digitized KYC records. The RTA operations were commenced in 2018 and it also provides the service of GST Suvidha. It is innovating new streams like eKYC, eSign, validation of Aadhaar and PAN, online account opening software, and other SEBI special products. Now let's understand what is KY registration agency. A KY registration agency is an agency which maintains all our KYC records in electronic form. It is registered with SEBI And this is done on behalf of different capital market intermediaries. So once the records are online and registered, secured at a place, we need not upload our KYC documents again and again for every approval in all the institutions. It becomes very easy for us. Another subsidiary is CDSL Insurance Repository subsidiary. So this maintains the insurance records in electronic form. It has received the certificate to do this from IRDAI as an insurance repository. And at present, it has about 5.86 lakh e-insurance accounts. The next subsidiary is CDSL Commodity Repository subsidiary. This maintains the records of different commodities online. So there are some warehouses which are registered with CDSL, and CDSL maintains the records of the goods in those warehouses which are stored as well as transported in and out of those warehouses in electronic form, like warehouse receipts. And this is regulated by Warehouse Development and Regulatory Authority. And at present, there are about 2980 registered warehouses already. So the insurance and commodity and warehouse business are not so big as of now, but there is immense scope to get more and more business out of these fields also. These are the different mutual funds which are using CDSL DMAT services. You can see that all popular names are there in this list. Now let's understand the industry analysis. There are few broad themes we'll discuss in this. The investment nowadays is shifting from the traditional asset classes like gold, real estate into the financial assets. So people are getting more aware and more inclined towards investing in the financial assets. Among the financial assets also, you see the investment in equity is increasing. People are more aware and people are more interested. They find more returns in equity and they are investing more in equity when compared to other financial assets like bonds and interest bearing other deposits, etc. If you see the trading volumes in the secondary market compared to earlier years, the trading volumes have drastically increased. So more increase in trading volumes increases the business of CDSL. In the primary market of UC, the number of IPOs which are coming have also increased. The account opening, unlike earlier, it has become paperless and digital form. The retail participation in the stock market compared to institutional participation in the past is increasing. There are a lot of online initiatives due to which the business is growing, and everything is getting digitalized like insurance and other things. Lot of approvals like signatures are getting online, KYC is also done online. So the entire trend, if you see, of the market is becoming digitized. Now, who are the competitors of CDSL? There's only one competitor, and you can call this market as a duopoly market. The competitor is NSDL. NSDL has about 2.2 crore DMAT accounts. If you see the market share, NSDL has about 41% of the market share and CDSL has gained almost 59% of the market share. What are the different competitive advantages which CDSL could have? CDSL is India's largest depository, so being largest gives it an advantage. It also has facilities like commodity and insurance repository services. If you see the pace at which CDSL is growing, it is growing faster than NSDL, and the number of accounts opened with CDSL is more when compared to NSDL. And the largest number of depositories are registered with CDSL when compared to NSDL. If you see the rate, CDSL is offering 30% lesser rates when compared to NSDL. And in terms of technology and infrastructure also, they are keeping up to date. As and when CDSL keeps growing and the number of accounts increase, the costs will not increase in that proportion and the margins of the business will increase. This is what is happening if you see the quarterly results. And they are having revenue segments which are not restricted to only the stock market. As you can see, the insurance, commodity and various other businesses which they are into, that sector is also growing and their revenue is not always linked to the movement in the stock markets. What are the different growth prospects of CDSL going further? Their new business streams will add to the revenues. They have a lot of emerging businesses, as we have discussed, into commodity, warehousing, insurance, e-approvals. Post-COVID, everybody is preferring paperless transactions, so the scope of business of CDSL is huge. They have added more than 1 crore DMAT accounts just in the last 12 months, so you can see at the pace at which CDSL is growing. The new discount brokers which are emerging on day-to-day basis are preferring CDSL because it is offering more competitive prices compared to NSDL. And once the customer base becomes huge, which already is, CDSL can offer multiple services to the same customers and monetize this customer base. And as the company is growing bigger and bigger, the cost is controlled and the economies of scale are coming into play, and the profit of margins of this company are drastically going up. The number of accounts are increasing, as we have seen. There are increase in the volumes in the transactions of the existing accounts, so people are becoming more active in the markets. There are a lot of IPOs coming in the primary market, which is increasing their business. Now, what are the different risks which CDSL has? There's a risk of competition, although there's only one competitor as of now, but there is tough competition with them. And going further, the government may allow other competitors also. They have to maintain very good relations with the stock market intermediaries to sustain in this business. They have to continuously upgrade their technology and infrastructure. They have to comply with all the regulations like SEBI and other government regulations. The information security risk is always there, as the people's data has to be protected. And the investors, if at all in future they find the stock market and the other things risky, and they prefer investing into the traditional assets, then the business of CDSL may go down. The business in which CDSL currently is, people expect almost 100% uptime, and if they are doing some electronic transaction of any security, if there is a failure of the system, people will not tolerate it. Now coming to the financials part, if we see the quarterly results first, the Q3 FY21 compared to Q3 FY20, the operating revenue is 86.13 crores, which is up 59%. EBITDA is 73 crores, which is up 140% when compared to earlier year, and EBITDA margin is 71% compared to 44% earlier year. Profit after tax is about 54 crores, which is up by 150%. Profit after tax margin is about 52% compared to 32% earlier year. So if you see, along with the revenue, the costs are not going up as much as the revenue is going up, and the margins are expanding. If you see the revenue trend, it is a steady increasing trend. In the last 5 years, if you compare, it has gone up from 146 crores to 300 crores in the trailing 12 months at a CAGR of about 16%. If you see the profit after tax is growing at a CAGR of 24% from 86 crores in financial year 2017 to 177 crores in the trailing 12 months. The profit after tax margins are somewhat stable, near about 50 to 55%. And the investor accounts are drastically increasing. In 2005, they had just about 15 lakh accounts. And in 2020, they reached 2 crore accounts. And in last 1 year itself, in 2021, they crossed 3 crore accounts. The equity is consistent. The reserves are growing pretty fast. It's a debt-free company. The remuneration to whole-time directors is just about 1 crore. Investments are about 666 crores and cash is around 150 crores. The free cash flow is about 72 crores. The stat auditors of this company are SR Barkley Boy and Company LLP, which is one of the big four firms. There are no suspicious related party transactions. Return on equity is about 13.57% and ROC is about 17%, which are pretty decent. And dividend yield is 0.7%. Now let's see the shareholding pattern. The banks, financial institutions, and the AIF hold about 14% in the company. Promoter, which is BSE Limited, about 20%. Mutual funds 8%, and FPIs, the foreign portfolio investors, about 6%. And others, the retail investors and others, hold about 52% in the company. If we see the top 5 shareholders, BSE Limited holds 20%, HDFC Bank holds 7.18%, Standard Chartered Bank about 7.18%, Canara Bank about 4.4%, and LIC holds about 4.4%. So seeing the top 5 shareholders, I'm sure your confidence in the company must have increased. Now let's discuss the valuations part. The last traded price is about 645, which is near the 52-week high. 52-week high and low is 201 and 657. The last 3 year CAGR is about 32%, and the last 1 year it has given a return of more than 211%. The market cap is just 6738 crores, so this company has a long way to go. PE is about 38. The industry PE, although NSDL is not listed, if we compare with other similar businesses, it comes to about 30 PE. EPS is about 17 rupees, book value is 73.8, and PB ratio is 8.73. So in terms of PB ratio, if you see, the stock looks overvalued. If you see in terms of PE ratio, if the earnings which the company is getting right now, and at the growth of about 15 to 20% at which the company is growing, if it continues to grow at the same growth, even the present valuations could be reasonable. But if there is any slowdown in the growth or any disruption in the industry, then the valuation may prove to be expensive. Now let's see the price chart. If we see the supports around in the range of 560 to 590. There is a support and you can accumulate the stock in that range if you're able to and if you are willing to invest in the stock. If at all the stock doesn't fall and the market shows strength, the stock continues to show strength as it has always been, then the alternative left for you would be to do a monthly or a weekly SIP in that. Coming to the recent news and announcements, as we have discussed, recently CDSL has crossed 3 crore Demat accounts and it has signed an MOU with MCX to set up international bullion exchange at the Gift City in Gujarat. So this is about CDSL. I hope you like the video. I've tried to summarize everything in a very brief manner, covering all the important aspects and also discuss the pros and cons. To summarize, it has a very efficient leadership team. The fundamentals of the company are strong. It's the market leader in its own field. The sector is growing very fast, so that will give tailwinds to the stock. It's a debt-free company. The business model is a very asset-light model and it's a cash-rich business. It has been growing pretty well consistently. But the market is very regulated. It has to comply with all the regulations of SEBI and the government. It has to update its technology continuously. There could be strict competition from NSGL and there may be new players coming up in future if the government gives licenses to others also. The valuations as of now appear to be slightly expensive. If the track record of the company and the growth is maintained, then the valuation will be justified even at the present level. So that's all about CDSL. I hope you like the video. If you want me to make more videos on your favorite stock, don't forget to comment the name of that stock in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Do consider joining the community. Follow me on different social media handles as well. Thank you for watching this video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.